Incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible, incredible, incredible. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. I I have no idea. Like Raven and John, the way they came together,
Oh, honestly, like they
man.
are such a combination. It's like
Oh,
they are such a driving force themselves. Like they deserve more credit for what they did. They absolutely outdone themselves.
oh my gosh, you could say that again.
Oh, definitely. Has my video frozen by any chance?
Nope.
Oh, thank God. Okay, it looks like it's frozen on my side. It's like, oh shit.
Nope, you're good.
Oh, thank God.
You're good, you're good. You're not
Oh,
froze.
brilliant.
Okay. So now you have to tell me because
Hmm.
I'm looking through these songs and I can't stop listening. I want to go more and more and more. Hearts Brave the Skies.
Oh, brilliant. So this is actually a little bit of a corny one. Basically, I actually wrote this, and my wife sort of knows of this. I actually wrote it for her, and
Oh.
so it kind of symbolizes the fact that it doesn't matter how far, like how much shit hits the fan or anything like that. Like as long as we stand side by side, then for us, doesn't matter what you throw at us, we're gonna fly above that, and we are gonna rain hell on everyone. Like we are gonna show everyone what a driving force we are. And again, it comes back to the fact that without her giving me the support that she has over the nearly 13 years we've been together, it for me, like this is it was a song that I actually wrote roughly around the same time as I wrote Life Defies Gravity. It was actually before that. But again, it was just one of those that just developed the way it did. And I actually wrote lyrics for this as well. So it was just something for me to say, you know, no matter what's going to happen or what's happened before, what's happened now, or what happens later on, like we don't know what's going to happen, but I know one thing for sure: we stand together. We don't stand as two people. We stand as one, and that's pretty much
Beautiful.
kind of like where this comes from. Um, and yeah, and it's off. It was again. It's one of my other favorite pieces that I've written. It was one of the very first few that I actually wrote from myself from start to finish. Then it was like, yeah, I like this. Let's do it.
I love it. It has such a beautiful meaning behind it too.
Thank you.
Oh, now this is gonna mean even more to me.
Yay. But yeah, and I have to admit, like the solo itself, and not trying to brag, it is one of my favorite solos that I've written, alongside the solo from Fading Away. This was like my accomplishment point, like to actually say that I've written a really decent solo. Again, like I just don't know how I wrote it. I just did,
It's because your
just
heart
wrote
went
like,
into it.
yeah, it
You
really
made it with
did. Like,
love.
yeah, that's exactly
All
that.
right, let's check this out.
Let's do it.
Hearts brave the sky. In this piece, it's Glass Garden, Johnny Maltos, Raven Moon, and Robert Gregory.
This is the day that we join together to take on the world. So watch us now as we take the ground. Our iron fist will take you down. When our hearts brave the skies, we will ride into the night. When it's our time to rise.
I didn't want that to end. I
Oh, honestly, that was such a track. Like
re-
when it all came together, I was just like, thank you so much, Raven. Like I just got off. It's just brilliant.
Yes. Absolutely brilliant. Oh my gosh. I didn't want it to end. Like I said, I could have
Oh,
listened to that. Like, oh, and your lead was exceptional.
thank you. I was honestly, I was very astounded how it turned out, and I was like, that was like my accomplishment moment. Like when I wrote that, and it was like, it's a bit at the end. It's actually like a little tapping run. It's like
Hmm.
it's just a very basic tap lick, but it's like I can actually tap. Oh my god!
That's awesome. You nailed it.
Thank you,
Absolutely nailed it.
thank you.
All right, I have to ask
Mhm,
before we play this last piece of Apocalypse, because it's going to be Apocalypse because it's coming to an end. I have to ask you
mhm,
if there was someone out there, maybe
mhm,
a younger you,
mhm,
that didn't have any musical inspiration, but one day sat down and said, I'm going to play this.
mhm.
What advice would you give to them?
My piece of advice would be just go with what your heart says, and I say this quite strongly because you could be like this kind of revolves around a lot of things, but in this instance, you could be especially at your starting out days, like you're going to be terrible regardless of because you just started picking something up new. Like you're not going to know the first thing on how to do it. You are going to be absolutely. There are going to be times you are heartbroken, like because you can't do something right away or you don't understand something yet. Keep going at it. Like the worst thing you can do, and I actually did this for about a year. I actually put the guitar down and I didn't play it for a year, for a little while. And this was about like after my fourth year of playing, I was getting to a certain point. I was like, right, I'm not getting as good as I am. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? And I was also at that sort of stage where, I was sort of enjoying life. So it kind of went on the back burner for a little bit. But then I realized, like a year later, why I picked it up in the first place, and thought to myself, why the fuck did I put it down? So my biggest piece of advice is find out one thing that you absolutely love, and if you are rad at it, stick with it. Don't let it go, because one day that could be that one thing could literally turn your life around. When with maybe sometimes without you realizing it, but it will literally just turn your life around, and it has the potential to do that. Like from that, for me, like finally letting go of the fact that I was for a little while I was quite egotistical, like thinking, oh yeah, this is great, but I never actually did anything with them.
Mhm.
And also, don't be afraid of criticism. This is a big
Very
one.
true.
This is a really big one, and I learned this the hard way because not just before I joined BandLab, I actually submitted another track called "The Kingdom Falls," but it was instrumental only at that point, and to a YouTube channel called Gear Gods, now called Trey Xavier, and basically it was like a songwriting contest where the first prize was a Rev generator 100-watt amp head, and so whoever won it basically got this plus a load of other things. And I submitted the track, so it was technically unfinished, but I thought, oh yeah, that'll do. I got slammed hard. I like he like I was literally listening to it, and I was like, that was not what I wanted to hear. And I was like, fuck, what did I do wrong? And people obviously, some people was like, but the track was actually quite cohesive, but it's like still not the point. It wasn't complete. And I let that get to me for a little while. I was like, what the hell? And then I decided, I was like, right, no, this has got to stop. And so yeah, the one thing is when you submit something, let people just understand what it is, and listen to their feedback, because that's going to help you hugely. And it's going to help you improve as a person. It's going to help you improve as a musician. It's going to help you in so many ways that you might have not known something and they might know. You can learn that from them. It's all a learning experience.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't think I could have explained it any better.
It wasn't an easy one. It was literally like an absolute punch in the face.
It
when
is.
It's
Especially
like,
then, because a lot of times when we get feedback that we don't like and we go through those points, before you realize that it is helpful and that is not meant to hurt you but help you,
yeah, exactly.
you go through that with, now you're giving yourself black eyes because you start contradicting and thinking about yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you could have been onto something totally special there.
Yeah.
And because of that, you become your biggest critic.
Yeah.
And you start changing things, and then the
Yeah.
real you is gone. That energy,
Correct.
like you said,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's missing. It's taken away.
It is, absolutely. And I nearly put the guitar down again because of that. Like, because that was only last year. Like, no, sorry, it was a couple of years ago. Like, I think it was this side 2020, I think it was, that the competition was on for. It was on for a little while. But yeah, like, but again, it was a blessing in disguise, because had I not done that, I would have carried on that same cycle, and then I wouldn't have learned what I learned from that. And then, so really, I have thanks to Trey for that. So if he ever does see this, dude, thank you for roasting the shit out of me, but also thank you for at least giving me the chance to for people to listen to it.
Yes. Oh. It is not the apocalypse and not the ending when that happens.
No,
it's just
never.
the beginning.
Love that. Love that.
Tell me about the apocalypse.
So, this is actually the first track that myself and Matt Glass actually ever collaborated on. We started talking, must have been last year, I think it was, like probably, if I say July, I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to say in the ballpark, July to September, I think, that sort of time frame.
Okay.
I think I heard a song, Nagato, I think it was.
Oh,
and I was
Nagato,
like, yes, that
Nagato,
one, yeah.
yes.
Absolute killer track, by the way. Please check that out.
Yes, do it.
So I started talking to him. It's like, dude, this is really cool, man. It's like, if you ever want to work on something, do it. And it literally just started off there. I was like, so he sent me an idea, which actually I still have on my hard drive on my laptop, which is great. I've also got the project on BandLab as well, so I can go back to it. Wow. But I really need to, because there was actually a really cool little bit. And then I had the beginning part of Apocalypse written down. And I was like, dude, well, I'm working on this as well. Once I get it developed, how about, let's see what you think. And he was like, yeah, let me know. So about a week or so goes by. So I finally finished it up, or at least the first draft, and then showed it to him. I was like, dude, this is really cool. I think we could really work on this. But I think we just need to tweak it up a little bit. I was like, brilliant. What do we need to tweak? So that's when we started our back and forth thing. I was like, right, do we think this works? Yes, go with it. If it doesn't, let's try something different. And eventually, it then became what it is. So, and again, I just titled it Apocalypse because it was just the first word that came to my head. I didn't think anything of it. It was like, it's like a word fart. But it was telepathic. It was like, oh, Apocalypse. Oh, okay, I'm going to type that then. There it is. And that's literally how it became Apocalypse. And then he wrote his lyrics and absolutely fucking nailed it. And yeah, this is also going to point this out there. Also going to be, so we are also working on a collaboration album where I can give the title now. The title of the album will be called When Worlds Collide. And it's basically a collaboration album of myself, Matt, Raven, and Johnny. It's basically got tracks from all of us. Obviously, I wrote pretty much the music, but besides that, it's not just mine. and it just it's kind of a way of symbolizing, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you know, anything is possible if you have the right tools and the right imagination. And I kind of want to give you know, sort of homage or tribute to those three, you know, Matt, Raven, Johnny. They helped me shape what I helped to create. So I kind of want to do that for them as well. So we've got a couple more tracks that are obviously in the pipeline, so do watch out for that. So I think I want to get Johnny and Raven on another one or two eventually, and then once we get all that sort of sorted out, get that all mixed and mastered and everything, and so we should have hopefully an album later this year.
I'm so excited. So it's not the apocalypse, guys. It is just the beginning. Whoa.
Damn right it is.
But it's gonna come with an explosion. Just saying.
Let's just say it is going to be a special punch in the face, but in the greatest way possible.
That's right. It's gonna feel like a kiss. A kiss goodnight, right?
Yeah, sounds well, that's one way. Certainly one way of putting it.
Let's go ahead. Let's check out the apocalypse.
Let's do it.
We have Glass Garden and Robert Gregory present the apocalypse.
This is what we want.
Make sure to go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Robert Gregory at Bobby560, BandLab, Instagram, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Take a look at all of the great music and collaborators and collaborations. Be on the lookout for that new album. Oh, goodness. Robert Gregory, folks. Like,
Honestly, thank you.
share, and subscribe. This has been absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Honestly, once again, thank you so much for having me on here. It has been an absolute blast.
I'm so glad you had fun.
I really did. Do you know what? I was partway through this, I was actually messaging Matt. I said to her, I was like, dude, I am so nervous right now. I was like, by the way, I'm doing this right now. And he's like, just have fun. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
and-
awesome. Yes.
Oh, brilliant. He said, like, and he had nothing bad to say about you. He said that you were so fun. I was like, yeah, I agree. So honestly, thank you for making this as fun as it has been. Seriously, like it's been so cool.
Well, you are absolutely amazing. So thank you for letting me share and tap into your brain of
Oh, you're
where
welcome.
you came
You're
from.
welcome.
And
Anytime. Do you have any other questions at all? Like anything you want to know or anything like that?
you plan on never stopping to play guitar or make music
Nope.
again, right? Well,
Nope, correct.
then the only question I have is, are you going to come back again and give us an update?
Yes.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. If you're happy for me to do that, I am more than happy to be back here again. So don't you worry.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get in.
Well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap up the interview at this point in time. And I'm going to tell you, you guys better go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. There's so much more coming. He's never going to quit. He's already said that, and we have it on recording.
You've had it here first.
That's right. I thank you all for tuning in. And
Honestly, thank you so much, everyone,
like,
for
share,
watching
and
this.
subscribe.
Hey.
Yay!
I'm gonna spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love or hate.
Hi, I'm Angified. I started Angified Presents.
We share the love of music.
It has been medicine and therapy. Nothing else worked.
It has saved many of us. With mental health, we need to open our eyes.
Hurt people hurt people.
We ask that you listen, comprehend, and relate with your ears.
Form that heart of unity and one.
We share on this stage.
Statistics, feelings.
And ourselves.
We stand with the belief to be you, to be heard, and to be original.
We all may be different, with opinions and beliefs.
At the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters.
We are family.
We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world. Open your minds, let in the love,
and listen with your hearts.
We all want a better tomorrow. Be one.
Communicate and look out for one another. And then and only then, will you find
And
the
you'll
world.
find,
We
will
find
find
peace
and you'll
in all the world.
You'll find the world. And you will find in this giant world heroes among us and every boy and girl. Many have been broken, red hearts turn black. Love will melt the ice and turn it back, and you will find the world. You will find the world. You will find the world. And when you find a place called home, where everyone is free to roam, a whole new world, a better place for our children's futures at stake. And you'll find, with music in your soul, laughter in your hearts, together we can grow a better place with love in us all. And you will find, together we can save it all. And you will find, and you will find a place called home, where everyone is free to roam, a better place, a whole new world for our children's futures at stake. We'll find, you'll find, oh, you'll find the world. Just open up your hearts, and you will find the world. And you'll find in this trying world heroes among us and every boy and girl, a better place for our children to stay. Oh, and you'll find, oh, you'll find the world.
Tonight, Angified proudly presents a very special interview with the one, the only Commusion. Yes, Commusion is here tonight.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Oh, we're doing great. You have to turn up a little bit. There we
I
go.
gotta turn it up, or you?
No, you. Oh well, we're gonna definitely crank it.
Yeah. For sure.
Confusion
Can
is
you
in
hear
a,
me okay?
yes, there it is.
Great. I love that. That was an awesome intro. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're awesome.
I was just getting mesmerized, man. You know, your voice. You know?
Yes. Oh, thank
Sure.
you.
Yes. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, it's
Yeah.
I'm not bullshitting. No way.
Thank you. Well, Comedian, it is so nice to see you. It's so nice to have you here. I want to know about you. So let me start by asking, where did your great grandfathers, where did he come from?
Well, which one?
Well, any of them, because you have these music genes in you
Yeah,
that
well, I don't know about my great grandfather or my great grandfather because I never met them. My one grandfather on my father's side died shortly after I was born, and the other grandfather I got to know pretty good, and he was a harp player. He played the harp. Yeah, for sure. And he would come to to our house at Christmas season. My parents would pay for the ticket, for the plane ticket, and Grandma and Grandpa would come and he would play some harmonica for us. Yeah, and that was so cool, you know, like and he was good at it too, you know, just stomping his feet and just giving her, and yeah, so that's they're from my grandfather. They're Canadian, but they had French, lots of French in them. And he also had his Métis status too. My grandfather, he was also Métis status. And my mother, they're probably from New Brunswick. My mother was born in Lorne, New Brunswick. So
right.
She was French. She spoke French before English.
All right. And your parents, did they do music or art?
My parents did not do music,
Okay.
but they put us into music and art. Like they put my sister into dancing and piano lessons. I took too for 4 years. 4 years I took piano lessons, which to me was just a routine. I don't know. I did get into it for a short time there. I took conservatory, and my piano teacher was, I had 2 different piano teachers, and the first one was, I thought she was younger. I was only like 8 when I started, right? But then the second piano teacher was so, she was more into the dynamics of the music on each piece of music in the conservatory books. And she really like almost trained me to play certain songs a certain way, and I really like that, man. Actually, you know, like she wouldn't quit. She wouldn't give up on me if I didn't do it right. She would say, no, it's got to be like this and stuff. And then I did that one song in grade 2 conservatory, and it was called Spooks. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but there's a lot of dynamics in that song, and she taught me how to play it, and I played it right by the book, the way she wanted me to do it. And when we did the little concert, we used to have concerts every year at a public school from my hometown of Kingston, Ontario, which I miss dearly. And I have a lot of friends and stuff there. But anyways, when we did that concert and I played that song, 2 people played it before me. And I'm sitting there listening to them, and I'm like, what? I don't know, 10. And I'm sitting there, that's not right. That's not right. It's not the way it's supposed to be played. So I went up there on the 3rd go, and I played it just perfectly the way she wanted me to play it, because I was into the song too myself. She got me right into it, And I got a standing ovation.
Oh, that's awesome.
I couldn't believe it.
You just gave me goosebumps. Like I've got chills running down my body from that
I
story.
just
That
couldn't
is
believe it,
beautiful.
You know, that's how dedicated she was for me to get this song.
And it is awesome to have a teacher that you.
She must have been competing with other teachers.
Well, if you think about it,
You
yeah.
never know, right?
Yeah, and sometimes you just get that right teacher that shows you where you need to connect.
For sure.
You know, where it's actually inside of you to make you feel it. those
Yeah,
dynamics.
she did it for me, yeah, for sure, you know. Yeah, but I only took I got to my grade 6 conservatory in 4 years.
Beautiful.
Like I was 12 years old and I quit, eh?
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you do anything in high school with any friends? Start a
Uh,
band
I
or?
didn't do, you know what? I didn't do anything in high school musically. Absolutely
Okay.
zilcho. You know that? You know, I
Like,
don't know why. I don't know why. I was more into the listening of the music, the Doobie Brothers back then, Deep Purple, you know, the Black Sabbath, the older Sabbath albums, Led Zeppelin. I love the Doobie Brothers though. I was really into them big time, you know. And
yes, yes.
yeah, me and my buddies, he introduced me to that. And a thing that I was really into musically, and I think this is when I really started getting into the singing part of it. I was like more into the singing part of it, eh? And it was 1972, I think, was when the Jesus Christ Superstar album came out.
Yes.
And this guy that lived across the street from me, he was maybe a year older than me. I was maybe 11. He was probably 12. He says, Dan, you got to listen to this. I says, come on, let's go. We'll go. So we had this built-in stereo in the basement, so we put it on, and he starts singing away to it, eh? You know, and I'm kind of like cringing, and I'm going, what the hell, man, you know? But the more I listened to it, I kid you not, I memorized both sides. Both albums, both sides, and sang both albums and both sides. Like I was hooked. I don't know what happened. And yeah, that's the first time I can remember that I was really into the music back then. Like the actual, like, you know, the stuff that on the albums and rock. That was a rock opera, right? You know,
Yep.
to me, it wasn't rock and roll. Like, I mean, rock and roll was, you know, Black Sabbath and Zeppelin and all that. But to me, this was more like it's a musical to me.
Yes.
And I loved musicals.
Yes.
I was in The King and I on stage when me and my sister were in it. We played a couple of the kids. I played, you know, we were like the twins, the sister and brother twins in The King and I. Yeah. And
Very cool.
anyways, it was awesome. We toured all over like Ontario doing this King and I, eh? And it's so crazy. It's such a small world, but the person, the lady who played Anne, and I never knew this, but we used to walk through the post office on our way to school, me and my sister, every day. And we used to say hi to her. And we didn't know that she was going to play Anna.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we used to walk by her, wave to her. We wave at everybody in their offices. Eh? We're just little kids, right? And we're walking through the post office to get warm, eh? That was about halfway point to school. And we walked through there. We walked right through the hallways and everything. Eh? And yeah, she was Anna in that King and I thing that
It's
we did.
funny, ironies of life. When you're supposed to meet
Yeah.
somebody, you're supposed to meet them.
It was just unbelievable, man. Like, and then we tried to get into Finnegan's Rainbow, but we didn't fit in there. Eh? We fit right in with the King and I because we were dark skinned. Got the dark skin. Didn't have to put all the white kids had to put dark makeup on their bodies to make them look like, you know. I didn't have to.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And I'm pale as can be. Like, you'd need a whole bucket of that stuff for me. Oh my gosh.
Cover them in this brown. I'm glad I didn't have to. Holy crap, man. That's hilarious.
Oh.
And another, I think, you know, to tell you, it's actually when I actually started to play guitar, I was in college. I was 20 years old, second year of college.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it could have been the first year when I got my rig though, like, and then just at the end of the just before the summertime, I bought a guitar amp, a trainer head, an old trainer head, Mark IV. Mark IV. It's like 2 separate amps and you could plug 2 different instruments in it.
Yes.
I didn't know anything about it. And I had a 4x12 trainer cabinet for $500. The reason I did that was because there's these guys at college that were playing guitar and acoustic, you know, and it impressed me. So I said, well, okay, I'm gonna start getting into this, man, you know. And a couple of the friends that I made at college, they played too, right? I only knew a few basic first position chords back then, eh? I didn't know nothing.
But at the same time, you play piano, so
Yeah, but that doesn't even jive with guitar when it comes to, you know, playing, you know, like
yeah,
piano
the strumming type, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the strumming, you know, that totally.
Yep.
Believe me. And even I
Yep.
tried to play one time. I tried to not too long ago, maybe 4 years ago. I tried playing the fiddle. Holy crow, man! That I couldn't do it. Like your hands got to go like this, and
Yep.
I tried, man. You know, I thought, oh, I could do this, man. I'm a guitar player. No, it doesn't work that way.
But you tried.
Yeah, I did try. You know, I might try again too. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and you could go on YouTube and learn techniques from other players and stuff. But
That's right.
that's when I got my first electric guitar. It was a El Degas SG copy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then things went on from there, and then I ended up meeting people. And after I was done college, I graduated, and I met musicians that were way better than me, man. You know, like I didn't know much really. But then you know, these musicians, they when you jam with them, you know, you're jamming with a drummer and another guitar player that's been on stage in bands before, and I'm sitting there, I'm basically a beginner, but I practiced the hell out of this what is it called, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Okay.
I practiced the hell out of that lead, you know. While I was in college, I did take lessons for about, I don't know, I might have taken 2 or 3 or 4 lessons off this guy. Eh? And he was teaching me pentatonic scales because I didn't know how to do lead guitar back then.
Mhm.
But I wanted to do lead guitar because I wanted to be a lead guitar player. So I had to learn my scales. So he taught me the pentatonics, and that's when I was able to learn a little leads, especially AC/DC leads. And I loved AC/DC back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They're still to this day a killer band.
oh, they are, and I think it was 81. The Back in Black album come out, wasn't it?
I think it was around 81.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
I love that album, and I had to learn as much as I could off of it. And this band wanted to jam, and I met this guy named Lou, and he was just doing all kinds of friggin' pentatonic scales, right? And I thought he was phenomenal. And I'll tell you, man, I practiced so damn hard. It was about 6 months later, I was showing him shit. Because we got
That's
into
awesome.
the Judas Priest and stuff then, right?
Yeah.
And I had to take more lessons because the scales that Judas Priest does are diatonic scales, right? Of course, they do pentatonic too. But I used to watch this guitar player on stage there at our local bar, which was it's a historic building, but it's a lot of really good bands play there. But the guy I took lessons off of, I used to watch him before I took lessons off of him play guitar in a band at the bar, and I just idolized him. I thought he was awesome. He was so bang on the money and stuff, eh? So I ended up taking lessons from him for I took 2 or 3 lessons, or maybe 4 lessons from him. Yeah, and then he
That's
taught me the
awesome.
diatonic scales, and then
you were
that's when
in
that's when everything
business.
opened up. Okay, what's
In
going on?
business. Oh
Yeah, it was
man.
fun. It was fun. It was a real good journey. It's still going. The journey's still going. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Mhm.
I'm so happy. You're never allowed to put that guitar down again.
I did do a hiatus for, over 20 years. About. But
Yeah.
I got back into it though. When I got into the King, like I really like to listen to King Diamond a lot. Eh?
Okay.
Some guy introduced me from my hometown. He introduced me to it, and I used to play it all the time. But I never even tried to actually play it. Like I used to listen, because I heard the leads and I thought, holy god damn, they're just insane, man. but I loved listening to it because the dynamics in that guitar duo was incredible. Just like the Priest guitar duo. Eh? I really like guitar duos. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah,
Me
I just kept
And
what I did was I just sat in my bed and I just worked on my double picking for a year or two. Yeah, when I come home from work, I'd sit in my bed, turn the TV on, and jam to the whatever was on the TV.
it's great therapy.
Yeah, I just sit in my bed and just double pick all day, and I got really, I got pretty good at it, Yeah, for sure. And then I decided right there and then I wanted to start back into it again. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you find BandLab?
I found BandLab by just looking for something to record on. I heard of GarageBand and all that, eh? So I seen BandLab and I just picked it, nice and red, I like a red sports car, So I picked the BandLab logo, I tried another one. I think it's called Audacity. When I first got my very first interface, somebody tried to turn me on to some other something craft, if you're familiar with it. I don't know, but there's another studio. It's more like a Reaper thing, eh?
Okay.
But BandLab, because it said you don't have to pay for anything or nothing like that. Eh? So I took the BandLab thing, and once I started looking at it and learning how it worked and stuff, and plus I could use it on my phone too, right? And I didn't have a computer back then, eh? For a whole year I recorded on my phone. And now that I look back, I don't know how I come up. I don't know how I got, I messed around with the tracks for so long to get them to sound good, I did some stuff with Iceman and with Ezra, Easy Drummer, and they would do stuff together and they would put it out there to fork, and I'd fork it and then I'd sing to it and throw some riffs on, that's all I want to do is just play lead guitar. And but some of them, some of those songs that they did together, they were so beautiful, they were just perfect for vocals in my mind, right? So I had to come up with something. And some of these worked out really good, like The New World, which to be Whisper Willow or Willow Wisp. When I sang, I wrote some music or some lyrics to it and sang it. So I called it The New World, eh? Because it's about us leaving Earth and going somewhere else.
I'm an alien.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, and what was the other one that we did? I did actually quite a few from Iceman. I forked a lot of stuff from him. So I don't know.
Iceman's an incredible artist.
Yeah.
And he really gives out to the community, pretty much everything he makes, he donates out there and makes it workable. Just such a big heart and amazingly big sound and beautiful sound that everyone is connected with.
Awesome sound, especially the acoustics, guitar sound. We did the Fear of the Dark and another Wasted Years we did together, those two Maiden songs, but he just slowed them right down, man. And I thought, geez, that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool to sing this Iron Maiden stuff so slowly and peacefully, except for Fear of the Dark. It's really slow, man. But I didn't sing it peacefully. I sang it like we're playing it fast, but that's not easy to do, to sing Bruce Dickinson and then try to make it sound raunchy, but behind that slow classical guitar sound, it turned out really good. And in fact, I just added bass and drums to it just last night.
Haha, guys, looking for a new release.
I think I put it out there already. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. I can't remember. People will say, "Oh, what about this song? Remember this song?" what song is that, man? I don't remember it. Hey, send it to me.
Oh my gosh, people will be like, hey, what, like, we'll get in and be like, hey, we'll sing this song or we'll do this song. And I'm like, okay, you do realize I'm going to need lyrics for this. Like, I do not remember every single verse and every single sentence to over, and there's 500 copyrights that I've got, but I mean, there's thousands of songs that I've written. So, like, there's no way.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Unless
what,
I have a little like bird in my ear that's telling, you know what I mean? That's kind of keeping me on the track.
That bird flew away on me a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
But
How about telling me about the song The Path?
The Path. Now that is a really cool tune, man. You know, okay. When I seen The Fork and I seen who did it, and it was a Dan guy. Oh, there's a guy who's got the same name as me, like if that's his real name, right?
Right.
There was a picture of a young black guy on there, and I thought that was him. I don't know if it's him or not, right?
You never know.
I read the words to it. I read the words to it. First of all, the music really turned me on just like that, you know. And then I read the words to it, and then I said, "Jesus, you know," I said, I'm going to take this song and I'm going to turn it into a masterpiece, because I went and checked out all the other forks. There was like 50 forks or something like that. And I didn't like any of them, to tell you the truth. I didn't like any of them. But I had an idea what I wanted in my head right off the hop, and as soon as I started, and I worked a lot of hours on that song. Of course, I was using my goddamn phone to record the vocals. And if you sing too hard, it doesn't matter if the phone's in the corner of the room and you're turned the other way, it'll still pop. It'll still peek out on you. So I put the cushions and stuff over the phone. So just to try to mute it some sort of way, right? I was singing for a lot. But yeah, that song was done on my phone, and it turned out really good. You know, I was really proud of that. And that's probably one of the first songs I've sang on.
Wow. That's the first song we're gonna play.
And that was early into Band Lab too, eh?
Yeah.
I was really giving a lot of my energy into Band Lab when I first joined. Like, it was ridiculous, you know. I wasn't pumping out a whole lot of songs, but I was putting a lot into each song that I did. I wanted it to be right?
Yes.
And I think some of the best stuff I did was on at first, when I first started.
Yeah,
I put so much energy and concentration in my spirit.
Yes.
And I didn't want to sound like a.
It was the quality over the quantity.
That's right. You know, and I'm still like that, you know. I'm still like that. Like, of course I can, you know, pick a fork or something and just, you know, in an hour or so I can rip through the whole thing, you know, and it'll sound good. And that's because of Band Lab. That's because I was doing so much, you know, solos and leads and stuff. You just, after a while, you just, you just become, it becomes like you've learned the language, sort of, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know how to talk with the music that you're working with. I guess that's a good way to put it, eh? I don't know.
It's actually a beautiful way to put it, because I always say I don't need to understand you to feel you.
That's right. It's all about feeling, you know. If you're sitting there listening to the chords and what he's playing and stuff, and you're trying to figure out what you should play, that's more for the people that know their theory, I think. And I know my theory, but I don't know it that well. I'd rather play by ear than by heart, by my heart, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Your heart don't lie.
But I did. I worked on that path, and it sounded really good. And then I posted it, and I don't remember. I think I wasn't well known back then, so I didn't get a whole whack load of hits like, you know, nowadays. But I redid it, just not very long ago, maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago. I redid the vocals on Reaper and the leads, and that took me a while to try to copy those leads, man, because those leads come right from the heart, big time, eh?
Yeah.
You know, you set your phone down and you got the earphones on, like, it was so awkward, eh? And I just ripped right into that first lead, and I thought, shit, that sounds pretty good, man. You know, it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
that's basically my a first take that I did on that. I couldn't believe it. I did fine tune it a bit, but holy shit, you know. And I tried to recreate that 6 months ago or whatever, or a year ago. Oh man, it was like learning like you know, Randy Rhoads or something. Like, holy Christ, what the hell am I doing there? Where am I going here?
Yeah. How did I do that?
It's, you know, hey, whatever, you know, but I got it, and it sounded really good, and it's much better quality, and yeah, it's a cool.
Well,
thing.
then we're gonna
I
crank
think
it.
you've got the upgraded version.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna crank it.
Mm.
Are you ready?
I am.
All right, let's do this. This is the path. Lots of crankage for your ears, so turn it up. Entirely redone. He said, as for his parts, which include solos, acoustics, vocals, and guitar harmonies, or harmony guitars, forked from Dan a while back. I have no idea how many hours or days I have put into this tune, but it was more than worth it. Communion, Alprezo _Dan. Let's go ahead and crank it now. Wow. You are saved. Yes, you are, Comedian. That was absolutely amazing.
Okay, thank you very
I
much.
couldn't stop moving in my seat.
You couldn't? Oh.
No.
I had to
Because it
get
is
up.
so like embracing.
Yeah.
I guess is the best word I could use for that.
I don't even know how I come up with these things sometimes, you know, like I never know what I'm gonna write, you know, you never do really know, you know. I don't know
Yeah.
how anybody could possibly know.
I don't know
exactly
how
the
anybody
song's
would
gonna
know either.
sound like before they start. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes the lyrics comes first, sometimes the music comes first, sometimes it's just a feeling that pushes it out of you. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
a thought and you're like, I gotta jot this down, I gotta work on something here.
I think it starts with me, it starts off like as soon as I start to sing this tune or whatever tune I'm singing is you know, if it sounds good right off the hop, then you build from there. But sometimes it takes a while before you can even find a melody that
Yes.
that you can even, you know, work with.
Right.
And lots of times I couldn't find a melody. There was no melody to be in. I couldn't think of one, anyways, right? Plus, when you know you listen to your own voice, it's like, oh crap.
Right. We're our own worst critics. And on top of that, you're 100% right. I think everybody struggles with that. And there are a lot of artists out there that are creating beats and things like that, but it's ones that we have to connect to, or else that writing's just not there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Certain
Right.
songs work, certain songs just don't work at all, man, no matter how hard you put the effort into it.
That's right. So tell me about Gray Matter.
Gray Matter, wow. I played that song for a buddy of mine in Ukraine before the war started.
Okay.
Like I was talking to him. We're really close from hometown Kingston. He went to Ukraine and he met a Ukrainian woman. He's part Ukrainian because his father. And I played that. I sent it to him actually. I was sending songs. I'll download and send them to all my messenger friends, Facebook friends. And he thought he wanted to take that song and give it. He wanted to give me a connection to get it out there.
Yeah.
He was really impressed, and his son was too. And his son, you know, he's young. I don't know how old he was then, 12 or something. But yeah, that song, it's one of those songs where I just started with a riff, you know, and drop D, and I just built from it, eh? What I'll do is I'll lay just the basic rhythm down through the whole song, and with a little bit of a tick track or some drums, some really, you know, just normal drums. And then I'll build onto it, and that song really turned out not what I expected it to. It turned out way better, actually. You know, like I had no idea it was going to turn out like that. And that the piano sound at the end was from the band lap instruments. And I thought I'd put something a little different at the very end of it. And yeah, it turned out to be like a Latino song. In fact, I think I labeled it Latino, didn't I?
I think you did. I think you did.
And the reason I did that is because of the scales that I was using. I was using pentatonic, and then I was using a minor diatonic in D minor, and it sounded very, you know, Latin. And I thought I'm going to label this Latino. I was thinking between folk and Latino. I think it's more Latino, and I put it out there for them to listen to. You know, if they see a Latino mark on it, they'll probably listen to it before they'll listen to another song. I mean, that's the way people are, you know.
It is, but it's funny. Nothing on BandLab is hashtag correctly.
It's a Latino song. I would just, yeah, I click on her, man, and listen to it. And I'm surprised how many I got a lot of hits on that. That's just a shorty, isn't it? Like 3 minutes or 2 minutes, or I don't know how long it is. But
it's 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Yes.
Okay, yeah, 3 minutes. But
yeah.
I really as it was coming together, I thought, Jesus, you know, like that's crazy. That's crazy how music can come together like that, you know.
And you can exceed your expectations.
Yes, I definitely did, man, and I can thank BandLab for that kind of thing because
Yes.
yeah, it's really it is. It's because I hooked up with BandLab and I started working with all you people, and I didn't want to disappoint. I don't want like to disappoint people. I don't like to take people's music and just
Yeah.
make it sound worse. There's no way I'd
Right.
ever want to do that to somebody. And if somebody says something to me, oh, that sounds off or this doesn't work, I'll fix it or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Yeah. Just like the other day, Stephen Banks there from we're in Honor Among Thieves together. We're in a few bands together. He says that lead just doesn't sound right, eh? But to me it sounded fine, right?
Right.
Then he was bugging me for like 2 days. I said, okay, I'm gonna listen to it. Like this, he must be maybe something's wrong. And sure enough, I listened to it and I was playing along to it without my lead. And I started playing again. I thought, well, Jesus Christ, no wonder it doesn't sound right. It's in the wrong key.
Oh
I played the
no.
whole damn thing in the wrong key, but it sounded okay because the G minor and the C minor are pretty close in notes, eh? So that's why to me it sounded okay, but to him, because it's his song, right? And so I swapped over to C minor and everything was good. It was all cool, man. And I thanked him for pointing that out because I never would have
picked up on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked on it because, like I said, G minor and C minor, they're damn close scales,
Absolutely.
So whatever, but yeah, it sounds better. And I know I once I actually really listened to it, I had seen that, I noticed that, and I told him all about it. And
that's awesome to get that feedback.
But this gray matter.
Yes.
Yeah, I put it on the I pinned it there for a while, and I think those pin posts, they get most of the hits because it's the first one, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I listened to it quite a bit actually, that gray matter in my car and stuff like that, eh?
Well, we're gonna crank it now.
Yeah, cranker. Well, it's an acoustic song, but crank it in.
Heck yeah, we gotta crank everything here.
Do you want me to turn off my mic and my video while you're playing the song?
If you do that, it makes it a little bit easier so we don't have I know I've already taken like a cup and put it down and then I've heard it in the background.
Okay, yeah, no,
so
I did last time because I had to go to
but yeah, completely your call on the camera.
Well, you do the way.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it too then.
All right.
I just wanted to fit in,
Yep. Well, see, that wasn't gray matter. That was black and white. We got it. So gray matter going on here.
Right.
This says, I'm not sure everyone has heard this yet. 100% acoustic composition for those of you who appreciate the smaller sounds. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy. Commusion, Latino music, acoustic, folk Fridays, Latino long weekend, acoustic apocalypse. Let's go ahead and check this out now. Gray matter. they matter. Man, that was a boogie.
That really was enjoyable to listen to again because it's been a while.
That was awesome.
I wrote that song. I think I recorded it on my phone. I'm pretty sure I did. And I had this guitar that Calgary had a flood not too long ago, maybe, I don't know, 6 years ago or so. And I was working in Calgary, and everybody was taking all their soggy their soggy belongings and putting them on the curbside along Memorial Drive. And I was driving to work one day, and I seen that guitar there. It had no strings, no tuners on it. And I said, well, I'm gonna check that out. And it was, somebody tried to paint it blue. It was kind of yellow, Citation guitar. It was kind of yellowish, pearlescent yellow. And somebody tried to paint it blue, really terrible blue, like a window blue, like the window,
like a sky blue,
like on your screen.
Okay.
That,
okay.
And I looked at the neck and I said, "Oh, that's straight. It's not wet. The guitar's not wet." So I took it and I sanded it down. I didn't refinish it or nothing. I just wanted to sand it down, get rid of some of that blue. But there's still little splotches of blue on it. I wish I had the guitar here to show you because. And then I put strings and machine heads on it and all that. And I fixed it up for $60, and that's what I wrote that song on. And recorded it, sat the phone down and recorded it.
Absolutely beautiful. And to listen, like how fast you are playing, like some of that, it's mesmerizing.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. No, but it was a boogie. It had me more moving, you know, it like,
yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it, man. Like I hope everybody likes it. Even sometimes, you listen to your own music and you go, but I'm surprised how that turned out. I really like it, and everybody I play it for. I send a lot of music to this guy that I know from Kingston, and he is a phenomenal musician, man. This guy, Yeah, he looks like Santa Claus, Now, and I'm not kidding. He's in a ZZ Top band right now,
Okay.
But I have a lot of respect for this guy. He's as sarcastic as you can be, And I send him a lot of my stuff, and I want his opinion on it because I really respect him as a musician. And he likes a lot of the stuff I do, which makes me feel okay. Makes me feel happy. Sometimes he'll crack some jokes,
Right.
He's, like I said, he's really sarcastic, and not, I like being sarcastic back with him.
It's the only way to be. That's what friends can do.
Yeah. It's nice to have to be able to send something to somebody that you respect and then have them give you the thumbs up. It's a really good
feeling. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, tell me about In the Light of the Blackness.
That one, I wrote that one when I come up with the first riff there, and then when I come up it starts off pretty simple and stuff. It's all basic, simple rhythm to it, and it's a pretty simple. But the thing is, when you harmonize it, that's when it really sounds good, When I harmonize the intro, da 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 da. That's when I laid it down, and then I harmonized with it. That just made it so much different.
Better, yeah.
That's why I love harmonizing guitars and vocals.
Harmonizing's fun.
Yeah, and
it is so much fun.
Harmonizing is something that I got into when I was in a Boston tribute band. That was a tough.
Wow.
That was hard to harmonize those vocals, man, and then the guitars too. We had to work together quite a bit to get those harmonies right down, bang, pat for the Boston band. But when I harmonized the riff and then stuff, and I wrote the words to it, and I sang it, and I put a lot of hours in that song, and and then all of a sudden I was working with Shook One and on one of Stain songs, Something to Remember You By or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we then he got Vegan Zombie to sing it. And that's the first time I've ever heard him sing. And I thought, holy
Amazing.
crap, he would be perfect for this song. So I invited him to sing it, man. I says, here's the words, and I sang it, but I want you to sing it because I love your voice. And he sang it for me. He killed it, man.
He
Woo!
kills everything. He's
Oh,
another
man.
one with just a quality.
He's very serious singer, man. You know, and I watch his
Yes.
videos, and I just love what he's doing, man. You know, I really hope lots of good things for him, you know, in his career. If
Absolutely.
this is his career. I don't know. He could be a rocket scientist for all we know.
Right?
Yeah. But he is a serious singer, man. He takes it very seriously. And you know, that's what I like. You know, when he sang that Stained song, I thought, Jesus Christ, that's really good.
Pipes, man.
Like, he sounds sort of like me a bit, but he's more of a singer. I'm just, you know, getting into the singing. And I used to sing before too, you know, in a speed metal band or whatever. That was, you know, when I was younger. I wish I, you know, had kept going but the thing is, I can tell, you know, he takes it, his singing very seriously. And he said he liked it. So, you know, I patiently waited.
Yeah.
It worked out really good, that song. I love
Well,
that.
we're gonna
Yeah.
listen to the In the Light of the Blackness. And Vegan lit this one up for you.
It made the song. And I know I did a lot of work, but his vocals was the cherry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Love that
the
guy,
whipping
man.
cream and
Love
the cherry.
Yes, sir,
We're gonna check out the light in the blackness. Hashtag Metal Monday at veganzombie87_ was nice enough to lend his pipes, and I am grateful to him. I threw in some backing vocals. It's always nice to have another vocalist sing my stuff. Cheers, everyone. Crankage. Let's do this. In the light of the darkness.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love that song, man, too. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
That brings back the memories, boy. But it don't make no sense, though, really. You know? I mean, the words in the light of the blackness. You know, like I got to be that way. I got to be abstract.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like to be abstract. You know, I like to make up titles that completely contradict the one word contradicts the other.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I don't know why. It's just the way it is, man. You know,
It's words. They're just fun to play with, especially when you're a writer.
Yes. You know, like, I mean, you know, yeah, because, you know, there is sense to it, you know, if you analyze it enough.
Yeah, that's right. You have to just analyze it enough.
Yeah, but that song was basically about the light of the blackness is basically what's going on behind our backs that we have no idea what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, who knows what's going to happen next with the way things are going in the world? That's basically what that song's about.
And that actually kind of brings us to the next song, Where They Go.
Yes, that's one of the things that's going on, eh? What they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
What they do. Not what they go, where they go. What they do is the song title, I think.
Oh, because it said no.
Well,
Where They Go.
Where they go?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a misprint there. It should be what they.
From Primitive?
Yeah, it's supposed to be what they do.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're going to have to check that track there. Because somebody changed the name.
Yeah, I'll fix that. If it's the right song, it might be a totally different. I'm pretty sure it's the same song.
Okay. All right.
That too. I noticed that too. You know, I noticed that
people change things.
Yeah. You know, but it was Pandemonium sang this one for me.
Okay. Pandemonium.
Pandemonium. I call him Pandemonium. Is that how you pronounce it, or Pandemonium?
I'm not sure.
I don't care, man, but he's a killer.
He's awesome.
Got some wicked power, man. You know.
Yeah, he does.
And he put some words. I wrote the words to it, and he started to sing it, but I didn't have all the words written, only the first verse or something. And he put his vocals on and said, "Holy Christ, that just blew that song right to hell, man! Like, that was awesome." So I wrote some more lyrics for him, and he put them on, and oh my God. Like, that song just lit me right up. It was just deadly. And I threw some rips on there, some killer rips. And that song, because of his vocals, that song flourished. Like, it just friggin' come to life big time, man.
Well, we're going to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
And we're going to play this. All right.
You guys want
Here
to
we
crank
go.
this one up, man.
You heard it. Communion says crank it, so we need to crank it. Let's go ahead and do it. Where they go. And just so you can see there on the Communion, it is also listed here, Where They Go. Oh, you couldn't see it. I blocked it. Whoops. Well, you guys know where to find it, and I'm going to share that in a minute. What's that?
They went to jail. That's where they went. That's the song.
They went to jail?
Yeah, that's what the song's about. It's about scammers.
Ah, yeah.
It's about scammers, yeah.
All right. See, now you know. Here you go. Now you can actually see it there. Where they go. In Primitive.
Primitive, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to crank this up.
Sure.
Why don't they take their time to look inside their
Oh my Lord, Communion. Where did they go? Where did they come from? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up the void. All
Okay.
right.
Okay,
Yay.
yeah. Now,
I want to
the
know about the
void.
void.
Oh, okay, the void. Okay, the void started off with a song. I wanted to write a song that was with nice, kind of nice picking guitar in it, and then I wanted to hit those power chords. That was the basic premises of that one. I wanted some nice soft stuff and then hit the power chords. So I wrote a song like that. Now, when it comes to the words and stuff in it, my buddy was in jail that does the computers really well for me. The guy I consider to be like a son to me. He was in jail, so I wrote about that. Him sitting in jail, man, and just shaking his head. And he was very sad. I contacted him. I helped him a lot while he was in jail. And so I just wrote about that. Him sitting in jail, just wondering what the hell he's doing there and how did he get there. And we all know how he got there.
Right.
He was set up and falsely accused is what happened, eh? And because he had all these, he had a ticket that back here in Canada, if you don't pay your if you drive with no insurance and you get charged $28.50.
Wow. Oh no, we lost Communion's audio again. Oh no, can't hear you. All right. Well, while you fix that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna roll the void. Okay. Let's do it. Here is the void. Never did give this one a chance on Monday. Let's see how it does. Crankage. Turn it up, everyone.
How on earth did
Commugen. Absolutely gorgeous
That
piece.
song is very emotional, eh?
It is.
There's way more to that story that I was going to tell you, but yeah, it's like the promises I made my dear old dad, that applies to me as well as him. I know his father. I knew his father very well, man, and I used to go over there all the time. He's a musician, my friend, too, eh? He's a wicked, wicked, wicked drummer. He can drum like, oh my God, you know?
That's awesome, considering we were just talking about drummers being hard to find.
Yeah, well, he wants to go on the band lab, but he's got these issues. You know, he's like I don't know what he's got, man. Like he calls it, maybe it's bipolar or something, but he has a lot of hard time coping with the life. But I think it's because of the people he hangs around with. They always stress him out, and they're always looking to rip him off and screw him around whatever way they can. You know, they're all just a bunch of lowlifes, man.
It goes back to that phrase, the company you keep.
That's right, man. It's exactly what it is. And he just can't seem to shake it. I don't know, man. He used to be, you know, he's still a good boy to me. But you know, he just makes the wrong choices. It seems I'm surrounded by that, eh?
Well, we love you, Commugen.
But yeah, that's a pretty heavy that's a heavy duty song there.
Yeah, heart gripping.
Oh yeah, man. You know,
heart gripping.
Especially if you know all the shit behind it. Eh?
Yeah, like I don't even know like all the shit behind it, but I know like what I heard and what I felt, that it gripped my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best way that I can explain it, is it's heart gripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
It gets me all teary-eyed.
Well, Commugen, that brings us to when we die.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those songs that Ezra and Iceman put together, right?
Nice.
Yeah, and then I grabbed it, and I'm thinking, before I started to work on it, as I was listening to it, I thought, well, what happens when we die? So basically, what that song is basically one big question, or you know, speculation.
Yeah,
it's all one big question. You know, what happens when we die? Is it going to hurt? You know, and all this stuff. You know, it's that's all it is. It's a big question of what's going to happen when we die.
Right.
You know, it's not like I know what's going to happen, like some people claim, right? You know, they claim they had a near-death experience, right?
That's right.
I don't know. Do you believe in that or not?
I do.
Yeah, I kind of do too, but
I do.
I have no reason not to believe, right?
I actually, probably about 2 years ago, a beautiful lady had passed on, and a couple of years prior to that, she had gotten into a severe car accident. The funny thing is she showed me the pictures from the car accident, and it literally looked like somebody put the hand on her car. There literally looked like a handprint on her car that kind of pushed it out of the way.
Yes, that right, eh?
She was supposed to never be able to walk again, talk again, anything. And this woman was working. She was like, you never even knew that she had gone through all of this, and she was definitely a survivor. And she's definitely very much missed.
They'd have that stuff on video, man. Like they had this one video, they had this person in a helicopter, and the person died in the helicopter as they were taking off, and you could see the guy's spirit go right to the heavens. Amazing. You could see it, and it was at nighttime. Yeah, like holy crow, man! And that's not the first time I've seen something like that. A car accident too. This guy's spirit just takes right off. That's unbelievable. Right. That kind of thing makes me believe. When you get it on video like that.
Yep. You know? Then you know it's not your eyes just playing tricks.
Yeah, and not only that, it's not, everybody, all you know, the skeptics, that's been doctored. That's CG.
Yes.
That's not CG, man. That's why would I don't get it, man. Some people just don't believe anything. You know,
facts, unless it's proven scientifically.
Hardcore skeptics, man, like they're out there, man. They don't believe it. Doesn't matter, man. If it happened right in front of their face, it'd be a magic trick.
Right.
You know, or some stupid thing like that. You know.
Yes, you got it.
We have no idea what's going on in this world. Like when it comes to all the things that can happen,
Yeah.
And dimensions,
That's right.
who knows, you know?
That's right. Well,
And
you're
if
not
those-
alone.
Yeah, if those videos that they have on YouTube where they have the shadow people and peeking out, and then you run up to there and you can't find anybody there. There's nobody there.
The Mothman prophecies.
We're probably, what I'm thinking is that they're in another dimension, but they're just popping in and out of ours.
Just saying hi.
Why can't we pop in and out of theirs? That's what I'm pissed off about.
We'll have to figure out how that energy works one of these days.
Oh, we will when we die, eh? When we
That's
die.
right. When we die. Let's go ahead. Let's check this out.
Okay.
Oh, Communion, this one's awesome. Guys, there is a music video to this, so you guys know. Make sure to like, share,
I like
subscribe.
your videos.
Also, to
Yeah, I
his
like your
YouTube
videos,
channel.
man.
Thank you.
Better than nothing. It's really cool, man. It's psychedelic.
You know what? I love it. That's why I say, warning, visuals and language. Let's go ahead. Let's listen to When We Die. This piece is by Communion at Communion. Lyrics, vocals, and solos. At Iceman714, all backing guitars and synth. At Easy_drummer, Ezra Frost, drums. And this is one of my favorites on my BandLab adventures. I hope you enjoy watching as I have enjoyed making this for all of you. Let's go ahead.
Ezra? Where's Ezra?
Get back here, Ezra. It's time to crank it. You ain't dead yet. Let's move.
Sometimes I wonder if anybody knows when we die, where do you
And that was When We Die. Yes, it's been absolutely amazing. Commuted.
I hope you can hear me.
I can.
Okay, you know that video was awesome.
It
I put a lot of work. That took me 3 days, that video to do.
Wow.
You know, all the messing around and grabbing the videos, and those videos. I got 2 videos on there. You see the guy kicking the chair at the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's a really good friend of mine that lives in Calgary. I go to see him all the time.
How about the motorcycle one?
The motorcycle, that's because I used to ride motorcycle a lot.
How did you do that? Were you in a car and then like
that's
just
not
video?
me, and that's not me. That's just a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
But-
you
but-
had me fooled.
Yeah, but listen, the guy with the black baseball cap, and you could also see his reflection when he had a toque on in the computer. That's the guy that I wrote. What's that song that you played just for? You know, the song that you played.
The Void?
The Void. That's the song that The Void's about. Like
Okay.
you know, both him and me. And that's the guy that that I said was a really good drummer, and he wants to start using BandLab, but he gets all tangled up in this other shit. And but he's the guy. I put him in that video too, eh? Yeah, that's what I love about that video. I have 2 of my friends in there, eh?
That's beautiful when you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'd rather do that myself rather than scoop videos off the internet, you know.
Absolutely. It
But
makes
I mean,
things a little bit more personal.
Oh yeah, that was a very personal song, and you know, White Light in the Distance. This is what I've been hearing from other people on the YouTube or whatever. You know, this is what they tell everybody, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I put those words in there because I don't know what it's like, you know. I don't know what
Right.
happens when we die, so I can only go by what I hear, you know. And
Right.
that's it. Yeah, it turned out really good. And Ezra, his drums are just that guy's, man, he's so good, man. He is so dynamic, and he can feel my music, like he felt my music really, like once he realized I was the kind of guy that puts lots of different kinds of riffs. He says, I like that. He says, I like that. Send me more, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was still recording off my goddamn phone, eh? So I was fucking him up, eh? Because of all the different sounds. But once I got my Reaper going and my computer going, man, like he is so good at putting drums to my music and everybody else's music too. But like he really did well. He really enjoyed working with me, and all of a sudden, gone. He's just gone like that, man. And I'm going, fuck, man, you know, because I didn't have a drum machine or nothing back then. I needed him bad,
Yeah.
really bad, you know? And he was so good, man. And when I scooped that song up from him and Iceman, and it's just so beautiful, eh? You know, it's just beautiful. When I first did the solos, and it was like a screaming solos, and I thought that's not working. So I toned down the solo. I had to, man. It just wasn't working, man. But yeah, it really it turned out pretty good. And when at the very end of the song, when I'm saying, I hope there's no pain. I hope it's peaceful. I hope there's no pain. I don't want to live forever, just again and again and again. That's reincarnation.
That is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly what that is.
Commution, I got one last question that I want to ask you before we end this interview.
Okay.
If there was someone out there that, you know, maybe started out like you did, or that's been going ahead and working very hard with their music, what advice would you give them?
Just take don't expect don't try to don't expect too much out of yourself. You know, even if you're like a really good musician, don't expect you know, like to always be writing hits or something. You know, just write what you feel, write what you that you think sounds good. You know, if you try to please other people, then you're going to get caught up in a bunch of drama. I know it. You know, like, but I find that you have to have a little bit of an attitude, and I think most musicians do have that.
Yep.
You know, you just got to write what you like to write, man. You know, like you have influences from whenever, you know, and I had my influences, and I've created a style. I find that I've created a style just by playing whatever comes to mind and what sounds good to me, you know. If it sounds a little bit like this or sounds a little bit like that, that's okay. That's okay, because those bands aren't the first bands to come up with you know, a certain chord progression, whatever it may be. You know, you can use any chord progression you want, and it's fun to make up your own chord progressions. And you don't. And another thing is when you're writing, and not every musician's going to agree with me, but you don't have to stay within the norm. Hey, you know what I mean? You don't have to stay. You don't have to play the chords that are supposed to be in that key. You don't have to do that. It's whatever sounds good to you, you know. And if you like the sound of it, and you can work stuff around that sound, it'll sound great. If you put your heart and your soul and you know really, you know, give it all you got, and it'll sound good. It's just like you said, quality over quantity, right?
That's right.
The more effort you put into a song, it will be better. You know, I've written songs that like, what's that going to come? That's not going to amount to nothing. Next thing you know, it's got all kinds of hits, like, you know, like on BandLab. And
you never know.
The more you layer, the more layers you put on it, and you can always fix a little thing here and there, you know. But yeah, that's it, man. You just have to play from your heart, and you have to play what you want to play. Otherwise, you don't want to play what other people want to play. You're never going to develop a style like that. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Isn't that what you do?
That's what I do.
Right
be on. You, be heard, be original.
No, yeah, that's right. That's what I think, man. You know, as I was progressing in BandLab, you know, at first it was like, shit, I don't like the sound of that. I don't. But a lot of the stuff that's on the Die Machine, on the Die Machine band, a lot of that stuff, I thought, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do there, you know. But those guys pushed me to do something, you know, with it. You know, sometimes it's good for them, you know, like, I got to do something with that because the riff is really good, but I don't know what to do next. Right. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then somebody else pitches in. It's very, very important to collaborate.
It is.
Very important.
And communicate.
And
especially the communication during a collaboration. That is extremely important.
It is important to collaborate. It broadens your horizons. It gives you new ideas.
Yes.
You know, when somebody puts something on your song and then you go, oh shit, no, I think this would sound good with that, you know? Like when we just did that song Drain there in Honor Among Thieves, and I scooped it up, one of Steve Banks's songs, and I started singing to it because it had that perfect, it just got me, right? And so this is what I'm going to sing on it. So I did the first verse, and then as soon as Hatter heard it, he just friggin' scooped it up and did the second verse, just like that, man, you know, because it inspired him big time. He even told me that. He says, oh, I dropped everything. He says, and I just
magic, comedian, magic.
Hatter is so good, man. I love Hatter. I love all those guys, man. I love you all, man. All of you guys. Man. Yeah, I really do, man. You know, and that's the way it is with BandLab, eh? You know,
it is.
BandLab, you know, we may not be able to like see each other in person, and sometimes it's better that way, you know.
This is true too.
Oh, you know it's true. You know it's true. But it's better this way to be able to collaborate with really good musicians, you know, on a regular basis too. You know, like you don't get that in real life, man.
No, and it's nice to have that push because you don't get that in real life either.
Yeah, in a subtle way too, you know.
Right.
Just, you know, in real life you get the fuck, you know, get it together, bitch. You know, that's what you get in real life.
Right. That's right.
Why didn't you learn that lead, or why didn't you learn those vocals? That sounds like shit. That's what you get in real life.
Whoops, the match is already burning.
Lighter. I flicked my lighter.
This has been an amazing interview, Commugen.
You know,
Make sure you guys all go ahead, like, share,
You
and
can't hear me no more?
subscribe. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I thought you lost me again.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Thank goodness.
Angie, this is one of the best times. This is great, man. Best time of 2023. I got to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Make
sure.
sure you guys all go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to Commugen. You can go ahead. These are all the BandLab links for the songs for tonight, so you guys will have access to that. Make sure you go ahead, check him out on his websites as well, because, you know, besides BandLab, he's got a couple other things going on, like the SoundCloud and the YouTube. You want to see more great videos from Commugen? That's what you got to do. You got to subscribe to his YouTube, his SoundCloud. Check out his music. You're not going to regret it. Absolutely amazing. This is Commugen.
Hey.
You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, share the love. Be you, be heard, be original.
Rock on.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'd like to find somebody that could do videos for my music. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I love you, oh loves. Do you have thoughts? Do you wanna share them with me? I love you, oh loves. Oh, do you have thoughts? I like to share mine with you. Can we share? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love?